Andy Murray retires from professional tennis after doubles defeat at the Paris Olympics. And Katie Ledecky becomes the most decorated female Olympic swimmer of all time. Good evening and welcome to Sports News. Two-time Olympic champion and former world #1 Andy Murray played his final match of professional tennis after he and partner Dan Evans were beaten by Americans Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul in the quarterfinals of the Olympic men's doubles. Murray and Evans lost 6-2, 6-4, but in typical fashion threatened a second set comeback after saving 7 match points across their first 2 matches in Paris. There were emotional scenes after the match as the crowd and players applaud Murray, who waved goodbye after 19 years as a professional tennis player. Katie Ledecky became the most decorated female Olympic swimmer of all time, but the U.S. great had to settle for silver as Australia made sure that the 4x 200-meter freestyle gold at the Paris Olympic Games. Ledecky now has 13 Olympic medals, 8 gold, 4 silver, and a bronze. She and her compatriot Michael Phelps are the only swimmers to win at least 13 medals. The Australian team finished an Olympic record time of 7 minutes and 38 seconds at the La Défense Arena. Manchester United forward Rasmus Højlund will be out for 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. And newly signed defender Leny Yoro had been sidelined for 3 months after hurting his foot. Manager Erik ten Hag's side, which has struggled injuries for much of last season, has been dealt another blow at the start of their league campaign. The FA Cup winners are set to face league champions Manchester City in the Community Shield on August 10th. Both Højlund and Yoro were substituted early in last weekend's pre-season friendly against Arsenal. Forward Marcus Rashford limped off the field after 62 minutes in Wednesday's 3-2 win over Real Betis in San Diego. And finally, the Mexican Football Federation presented Javier Aguirre and Rafael Marquez as the new coach and assistant coach of the Mexican national football team. Aguirre previously led Mexico at the 2002 and 2010 World Cup, as he now looks to lead the team towards the 2026 World Cup. Marquez was named as his assistant, with plans for him to later assume the lead role for the 2030 World Cup. They will debut with the Mexican team at a friendly match against New Zealand on September 7th, followed by a match against Canada 3 days later. That's all for sports news. Up next, stay tuned for the latest in weather forecast with Jamal Ibrahim.